Hi, today I would like you to think about all the different types of sports equipment there is. There are pads, jerseys, balls, bats, but specifically I want you to think about rugby balls. Rugby balls can be one of the most hardest balls to handle if you do not know how to use it. People in the United States are not as aware of rugby as they are of football, basketball, and soccer. The rugby ball, formerly known as a quantico, is an oblong, oval-shaped ball. I have a deep love and appreciation for the sport of rugby. I have played rugby for the last 5 years. I have played on 2 national teams and have played for 3 years here at the university. I also have recently gotten my level 200 coaching and plan to coach the local high school rugby team for the girls in spring of 2019. Today I will be describing to you how a rugby ball works. First, I will give you a history of the rugby ball. Second, I will tell you how a rugby ball is made. And finally, I will tell you how to properly pass the ball. Let's start with history. According to rugby football history, in 1823, a man by the name of William Webb Ellis created the game of rugby. He was attending the football academy in England, where he broke the then rule of catching the ball and running it with it down the field. The rugby ball has came a long way since then. Richard Linden, a shoemaker, opened up his shop across from the now famous rugby school in Rugby, England. And that is according to Paul Wassell of Pundit Arena. So first, a pig's bladder was used for the inflation of the ball, and Linden's wife was responsible for inflating each of these. But she soon contracted a lung disease and passed away, so a new bladder was created. In 1862, Linden started using a rubber insert for the inflation device, and it was made in India, but this rubber was too tough. At this same time, William Gilbert, another producer of rugby balls, was producing the balls and was distributing them throughout the world. This Gilbert company is still thriving throughout the world, and the ball can be seen in huge rugby matches throughout the world. With different companies, there are different ways that the balls can be made. So I'm going to focus more on William Gilbert and his company. So according to Wassell, the Gilbert family by the year 1873 had hand-stitched almost 2,800 balls. They still hand-stitch them today despite modern technology. First, the ball is flipped inside out and is placed in between a wooden clamp so you can stitch the ball together. After it's been put in the clamp, there are 2 threads that are weaved in and out throughout the ball. And I have a picture, so let me show that to you. That's kind of what it would look like. So after it has been weaved in and out through the ball, it is then flipped inside out, and it is made this way so you can see the design of the ball, and so the rest of the ball is hand stitched together after this. And here are a couple different designs of a rugby ball. Okay, so the grip and design actually have quite a bit of a process. There is a rubber compound that is used, and it has to be cured and kneaded before it can be used. After this process, it is then pressed on a rubber sheet which has the design template and the cellophane grip. The outer shell of the ball is then baked for 7 minutes according to Sports Body Blog. After the ball has been made, it is now ready to use. So I have a ball to show you. So it is a Gilbert ball, and here's how you will properly pass the ball. So you're going to have one hand near the base of the ball. This one is purely used for throwing. And then the next one, you want it more near the top and kind of by the middle, so about right here on the ball. And this hand is only used to guide. You can actually throw the ball without this other hand. I can't do it as well because I don't have very big hands. So after your hands are in place, the ball is then ready to pass. So this is kind of what it looks like when you are passing a rugby ball. So now that your hands are in place, you are going to start from your hip. This is the best position to have the ball in. So you want it here, and you're going to reach across your body, and you're going to have it go behind you, because in rugby, unlike football, you cannot pass the ball forward. It has to be lateral or behind you. So you have it here, you're going to pass it from your hip, you're going to go across, and you're going to pass it behind. So if you are the person who's going to be receiving the ball, what you want to do is you want to have your hands outstretched, so that way you can catch the ball, and you want your fingers spread. So when you catch it, it's easy. So from there, when you're catching the ball, because you do have to be behind the person behind you, or in front of you, excuse me, you are best to be at a 45-degree angle. So when you're catching the ball and you have your hands out, it is best to be at a run or a sprint, so you do gain yards during the game. Because the ball is being passed backwards, and if it just is continually going backwards, you're never going to get anywhere on the field. So you're running and you're catching the ball, the person is going to pass it to you, and you're going to come, and then you have two options from there. So you can either take the ball and you can tuck it in, because you're playing rugby, it's a contact sport, you're going to be hit by someone, you want to protect the ball, so you tuck it in, or you can catch it and you can pass it to the next person. So those are the options that you have when you receive the ball. Now that you know how to properly pass, let's review what has been covered today. We have looked at how different the rugby ball is. There's no other ball like it. It is unique in its own self. It has a rich history. The way that it is made is unique as well. And you now also know the basics of passing and catching the ball. This sport has brought joy to many throughout the world, including myself. I hope with this new knowledge that I have piqued your interest even just a little bit in rugby, and that you might go out and maybe watch a game or just want to learn a little bit more about it. Thank you.